This isn't really your average closet, it's huge.
Just enough room for both of us to sit here nice and comfortably, and we're not elbowing each other for room when we're eating. We're just two kids goofing around, hanging out on the beach all day long, every day, and we're doing it. We're living well.
They just want a simple life, but they don't know how to do it, and this is the way to do it. Hey, I'm Eva.
And I'm Braydyn, and this is our box truck camper build. We've been living in this thing for about 2 years now. Come take a tour.
To start the tour, I wanted to show you guys my favorite part of the build, which is the kitchen. We have beautifully stained butcher block as our kitchen top, and then to the left here, we have a 2-burner gas stove. One of the things that I would like in our next build is to have more than just 2 burners, because I do love to cook and I've fallen in love with cooking as of recently. And so I make it work, but sometimes it's not enough when I'm cooking for multiple people in here instead of just me and Braydyn. And then here we have a 15 by 20 inch kitchen sink. So it's perfect when you have a lot of dishes and you're cooking a lot like me. Below our countertop, we have our main fridge. This has everything we need. It's super good size. We have a little freezer on top. And then to the right here, we have our backup fridge, and it conveniently slides out like that. And then usually we put extra food that we have that can't fit in this fridge, or if we have extra things that don't fit in the freezer, we'll put it in here, since this actually can freeze our food as well. So on top here, we have our pantry. It's super big. We get to store a lot of our goodies, our snacks. So for decor, we have a plant wall and some plants over there as well. We also have this really cool flag. My cousin Gully, he owns a company called State of Nowhere. He sells really cool canvas flags and felt flags. So on this side of the van, we have our full-size closet, our mirror here, and it's huge. So below this, we have a drawer that we can store almost enough clothes. So since that closet wasn't enough for me, we initially made this for extra shoe storage, but instead I found another way to add more clothes.
Yeah, so we kind of got into van life and just this nomad type of living from originally living on my truck. I built out on my old little 1986 F-150, I built like a really rad little camper shell. Yeah, so that's kind of what got us into this. And during that time, we're like, all right, we definitely need a bigger space, a bigger platform to be able to do this. That time we spent probably like 2.5 years living in my truck, which just sounds crazy, but during that time, we planned this van out to a T. So we were just saving money like crazy.
Home never really felt like home unless I'm with Braydyn. And I know that sounds so cliche to say when you're like with someone, but like the truck was like, it was very, very tough. We made it work.
Living this lifestyle, just living below our means, I guess you could say, and doing what we're doing now is like just setting us up to be able to get ahead and get some money together, and one day be able to get a house one day. Because realistically, if you're just paying rent every month, your money just goes nowhere. So, and we're having so much fun doing it. That's the best part, is we're just two kids goofing around, hanging out on the beach all day long, every day, and we're doing it. We're living well. So we're happy campers, that's for sure. It's actually a pretty roomy, spacious shower. This is just a good old 32-inch by 32-inch shower pan from Home Depot. You have a nice rainfall shower head up above. We have about 40 gallons of fresh water, as well as a 40-gallon gray water tank. So that 40 gallons usually lasts us about anywhere from like 4 to 5 days realistically, when we're just taking on and off kind of military style showers. And definitely in the next build, a bigger water tank is ideal, just to be able to get out in the boonies or just not have to worry about where your next fill up station is key. So yeah, definitely go big when you go for your water tank. The shower walls are, behind this is 1/4-inch ply just to frame it all out. And then on top of that, I glued down, I believe it's called FRP board. It's just like plastic sheeting, but it honestly is, for 2.5 years, it's honestly held up really, really well. Easy to keep clean. It's worked great. Now we're up on the bed. This is a full-size mattress, just a good old Amazon 7-inch memory foam, nice and cozy, nice and comfy. We have a 32-inch TV over here on the foot of our bed, as well as a nice little fan, and we just store some books. We do have I believe it's a 14,000 BTU Dometic Penguin 2 AC unit. That guy does draw quite a bit of power, but we do have a 600 amp hour battery bank. It's not the most realistic thing to be using off your battery bank, but you can kick it on throughout the day for an hour or two here and there, and it does work really well, cools in the place just because it's such a small, tight little area. But as far as in the summertime, we typically just take the generator out, plug that guy in, and we can just use TV, fan, Xbox, AC, all that good stuff on that 110 power. And that's super nice because we don't have to worry about running low. With the ceiling, we went with some 5-inch shiplap ceiling. Me and my girlfriend are kind of a little color coordinated and organized, so we kept with this same color as the ceiling as well as the countertop and the floor, so it all kind of meshes together really well. This is our little diner workstation area. Yeah, it's a nice little 42-inch little butcher block countertop, just enough room for both of us to sit here nice and comfortably, and we're not elbowing each other for room when we're eating. Another really cool part is this window is directly in front of your seating area, so while you're sitting, you have a nice view of wherever you're posted up for the day. And this is a nice, really thick black curtain. So at night, you pull that thing over, it really blacks out the window, doesn't let any light through. Yeah, so this is our little power station right here. You got your dimmer switch as well as your cigarette plug. We do tend to charge all of our devices on this just to save power. And then you also have your 110 volt plug as well right there. And to the right of that, we have a smart little CO2 detector. This guy is pretty nice because you can look at the temperature and the humidity in here. So when it's freezing or it's super hot, you want to see like how much you can actually fluctuate the temperature with either the AC or the heater. And that's another thing down below. We got this little all-in-one diesel heater that's down in the garage, but that's our vent right there. And that kind of leads into our garage zone. So this is our little doorway into our garage. You also have your toilet. This is realistic van life right here. This is a good old bottle. And that's kind of like the realistic thing of van life. You got to repurpose your bottles and make use of those guys. So we do have a cassette toilet that's stowed away a little further back in this back corner. But it's not like your typical cassette toilet that holds all your waste for a couple days and then you have to dump it. It's like a single use. It's like a 5-gallon bucket pretty much. You just put a bag over it, do your business, and you get rid of it. That way you're not holding on to, you know, days worth of waste, which I think is just the most strangest thing. I can't imagine what that smells like in your van. So that's why we went that route. So moving on over here, this is my surf rack. Big surfer, surf pretty much every day if I'm not working. So this was kind of key for me. I had to find a place where I could stow my surfboards. Kind of a cool feature you don't see in vans. And it's really nice when it's freezing in the morning and you're not wanting to get up and go grab your wetsuit outside and then put your wetsuit on outside, towel change, all that stuff. You just crouch down there, grab your wetsuit, throw it on in a nice cozy warm house, and then you whack us up your board and you're straight out the door. So that's super convenient, super nice. For those of you guys kind of interested in this lifestyle, you just got to try it and see if it's for you. Man, if you figure out a lifestyle and a job that can support it, it's so much fun and it's a rad way to live.
I feel like a lot of people they just want a simple life, but they don't know how to do it. And this is the way to do it. It's a huge opportunity to take a leap into the world and see new places, meet new people. And it's just unique. And that's why a lot of people are doing it now, because they're finding ways to live a better life for cheaper, lower stress. You're able to do whatever you want, and you have the freedom to choose to be where you want and do what you want.
This is the garage zone, if you will. This guy will throw up on this little latch. You don't see too many like full-size toolboxes like this in a van. Store all my tools in these guys, as well as like down here, I store my little hose for filling up water. Got a cool little light too when you're out, you know, working on stuff in the night. You want to see what you're trying to grab, you can throw the lights on. Right next to the toolboxes, you got your 40-gallon freshwater tank. That guy runs into your water filter, which runs into your water pump, and then into your water heater. We went with a propane water heater because it's just way more efficient on power. And then right here we have our little ventilation fans to exhaust the propane fumes and whatnot to keep the hot air kind of flowing outside the rig. Moving around the corner, this is our electrical department right here. So this is where all our electrical is. So right now I have a total of 300 amp hours of lithium battery. Over to the left of your battery bank, you have your 60 amp DC to DC charger, your 3000 watt generator, and you have up on the top corner, we got your 40 amp MPPT charge controller by Renogy. Down below that, we've got our positive and negative bus bars and our 12 volt fuse box and your 110 breakers, all that good stuff. And that kind of wraps up your electrical system. Yeah, so for those of you guys who want to get started in this kind of lifestyle, I just launched my own business of building out vans. So kind of motto with my business is you bring it, we build it. So whether that be a box truck, a Sprinter, a Ford Transit, school bus, whatever it may be, you bring it, we'll build it. For those of you guys who want to check out our Instagram, it's brd.builds. Look forward to hearing from you guys, getting in contact, get you guys sweet build going, and get you guys having some fun and living this sick lifestyle, bro.